Thunder!
2023 is just getting started, and you know what that means. It's Nintendo Direct season. Well, hopefully we get one soon. Historically, Nintendo usually has Directs in February or March, so now's about the time to start creating outlandish hopes and expectations once again. Well, to be completely blunt this time around, my predictions aren't actually that crazy. To be honest with you guys, I think that we're actually starting to see the end of the Switch's life cycle. Now, I'm not going to be all doom and gloom with the rumor mill saying that the Switch has no big games coming out after Tears of the Kingdom, but I think that we're going to get a little bit less of the heavy hitters going forward. However, this could actually be really good for the system, and I will explain why shortly. But for now, let's get into the predictions, starting with stuff that we already know is coming. You know we gotta start with Zelda. I think that we're gonna see something for Tears of the Kingdom. The game comes out in May, and we know next to nothing about this game, so they gotta give us something. I think the most likely option is to get a story trailer, sort of like what we got for Breath of the Wild in January of 2017. Beyond that, I think they're gonna save the big information blowout for a separate Direct. And yes, while this would be very disappointing, I think that Nintendo is going to do the classic thing that they always do, where they come out and they're like, oh, we're sorry that we didn't have much information, but here's something to tide you over. Now, what are those things going to be? I'm thinking that we're going to get either a new 2D Zelda or ports. Either option feels like a fairly safe bet if I'm being honest. The Link's Awakening remake was a little over 3 years ago, and it wasn't even a brand new top-down Zelda, so I could see them squeezing one into the release schedule. And as for ports, I could see Nintendo easily bringing over Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD from the Wii U. Boom. Done. Easy way of appeasing fans without taking up too many resources. Next up, we have Kirby. Return to Dreamland Deluxe comes out at the end of February, so I think we're going to see a final marketing push for that game, alongside official info about the Magolor post-game content that got leaked. How long is it going to be? Is it going to justify the hefty price tag tacked onto a game that came out on the Wii? Who knows? I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that one. And then we have Pikmin 4. We know next to nothing about this game. Actually, we know pretty much nothing. We saw the logo, we had Miyamoto saying, oh, this is going to be a new perspective on Pikmin, but we don't know what that means. So I think that this game is going to be the Direct's sort of big focus. Pikmin has been gone for so long, and I hope that with this entry, it sort of has the Switch effect of selling insanely well, just for the sole purpose of getting more Pikmin in the future sooner rather than later. We already did enough waiting for it to return. I am not letting this series go again. Oh, and then finally, we gotta mention Advance Wars. I don't think I need to explain this one too much. It's been a long time, just release it already. It's gonna be a shadow drop. I'm calling it right now, right after the Direct, get it out there. No need to waste more time with it. So that was all the stuff that we know about. And honestly, that leaves a lot of the year open for first-party Nintendo content. Sure, we have third-party content padding out the rest of the year, alongside DLC for games like Mario Rabbids and Xenoblade 3, but we really know nothing else about what Nintendo has planned for the rest of the year. And guys, I don't know if there even is anything else big for the Switch this year that we don't already know about. A lot of insiders are starting to say that the Switch is starting to wind down, and yeah, I can see it. And if Nintendo is saving big releases for the next system, it would make a lot of sense to fill out the year with smaller games and/or ports. But like I said earlier, this could be really good for the system because we might finally see games brought over that we have been asking for years. So let's talk about the ports first. Gonna start with the big one, Metroid Prime Trilogy, or just Metroid Prime HD. It's real. It has to be real. It just has to be at this point. And it would be a great thing to release to tide fans over until Metroid Prime 4, which I don't think we are getting this year, by the way. Prime 4 feels like it'll be the Breath of the Wild for the new console, a launch for the new system, and then the swan song for the Switch. But yeah, Prime HD feels like a safe prediction. Now for the port that so many people have been begging for. I have been asking for this for so long, and I will not give up. Kid Icarus Uprising HD. This game is so good. I need it to be on Switch. It should not be locked to the 3DS. And honestly, if Nintendo polished it up and fixed the controls, I could see this game actually coming out as a larger game release despite it just being a port or remake. See, Adding on these ports alone would already make this feel like a dream year for me personally. But I haven't even touched on some of the smaller games that could still come out this year. One game that I think could come out as a smaller scale release is a new Donkey Kong Country game. Now, I'm not trying to downplay the importance of Donkey Kong as a series, but let's be honest, a 2D side-scroller is going to take a lot less resources than a large-scale 3D game. Pair that with the Donkey Kong rumors that have been floating around for a while, and I think we could potentially see DK return this year. Not to mention that it would tie in great with him being in the Mario movie. And on the topic of the Mario movie, I think there are a few things we could see from Mario this year. But I'm gonna start by saying Odyssey 2 is probably not one of them. I originally thought that a 3D Mario game could come out this year, but if a new system is coming out in the next couple of years, it would make sense for them to want to save a 3D Mario for that. A 2D Mario, however, is something that I could see happening. If a 2D Mario game does happen this year, it should be a bold new take on the series, seeing as how Mario Maker seems to be the final form of the new Super Mario Bros. Style, so to speak. I want to see a 2D Mario game in either the Kotabe style or something similar to the art style of Wario Land Shake It. 2D Mario just feels stylistically stale, so if we were to get a new one, I want to see something that will truly make the series feel fresh again. I think another Mario sports game is something that we could see as well. The general rumor going around is for another Mario Baseball, and even before the rumors, I was thinking that, yeah, baseball feels like the next Mario sport that should be getting the Switch treatment. However, if it is coming out, Nintendo needs to really knock it out of the park with this one. No pun intended. Because the Mario sports games that have been on the Switch so far have felt extremely half-baked. I just want a Mario sports game that lives up to its predecessors and feels complete. Is that so much to ask? Moving away from Mario, I think another small-scale title that they could definitely put out this year is ARMS 2. We still don't know what the Mario Kart team is working on other than the DLC, and I think ARMS would be another great series to sort of pad out the rest of the year. And if the next system doesn't have as big of a focus on motion controls, it might be now or never for the series. Alright, so I think that pretty much does it for my predictions. Oh, but wait. I have to do one more thing for this to be a true Nintendo Direct video, right? Okay, so staying in line with the idea that we're going to be getting smaller scale remakes and ports this year, I don't think we see something like a Prime 4 trailer or F-Zero as much as I want it. This is probably my most biased prediction with absolutely zero evidence backing it up. I think we end the Direct with the announcement of a Super Mario RPG remake. The game still isn't on NSO, and Nintendo has a great relationship with Square, so it could happen. And if it does happen, I know a lot of people mention the HD 2D style from Square Enix, but I would rather see a Link's Awakening remake style, utilizing the almost toy-like models used in promo material for the original game. That would be the dream game. But anyway, yeah, I think a Direct is coming soon. And as always, these were just my thoughts. I don't think anyone truly knows what Nintendo is planning at any given time, so all we can do is hope that this next Direct will be a great one. So for now, I think that's enough out of me. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Later.